Shablamma-blamma. All right, hi, Dr. Nikita Visniak with the amazing super therapist and trainer.
Sherry Kim.
And today we're going to go through some simple shoulder exercise rehab that you can do, stretching and strengthening where you need minimal equipment. All of this you don't need. You just need simple things that can result in good outcomes for you. So where do we usually start? For shoulders, we usually wind up with some kind of rotator cuff injury or something like that that we're trying to rehab our way through. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, subscap, all that good stuff. Maybe it's a deltoid or pec injury. Regardless, motion is life. Where do you usually like to start with these injuries?
Again, with range of motion, you want to make sure that you don't have any significant pain in any of the ranges that you are.
Okay. Yeah. Whack. All right.
So do all your rotations, extension.
And it's a key thing to point out on this. It might seem like this is simple, but if you have a shoulder injury, it can be difficult to accomplish any of these actions. So just doing the simple basic movements can make a big difference overall, right?
Yeah.
I always like to do them bilaterally. So I get people to do both movements together all the way up, and then they can bring them back down, and it just kind of a nice flow, right? The external rotations, internal rotations. Contraindication would be if you had dislocation predisposition, so instability of your shoulder, in which case you wouldn't want to go to the extreme end ranges for some of these actions. But I've dislocated this shoulder before, fully dislocated it, and my rehab protocols actually have given me full range of motion back, like 100% back. So yeah. So range of motion, what else do you like to do?
Range of motion. Well, I love to use the resistance bands at home. Again, you can get them anywhere, Walmart, Amazon, probably even dollar stores. And do some stretches for your shoulder. So you can hold your resistance band like that.
So you can just pin this in a door, right, is all you'd have to do, really?
Yes. And then bring it this way. Do your stretches like that.
And so you can see right here, she's giving a good eccentric load right through the front of the shoulder right there. But again, if it's painful or uncomfortable, don't overload the tissue, right? Okay.
And just to challenge this, you can do some strengthening to the opposite direction of what you're stretching.
Yeah, and so what's beautiful about this is you're stretching and strengthening at the same time. She lets it drop back, that's a full eccentric load, and then she can go ahead and strengthen into it. Fantastic. Okay.
All right, some other things that you can do, you can use, I guess a broom would be the best choice at home. You can use a broom.
You can go to your local hardware store and buy a dowel rod or a PVC pipe or something, or you can just use a broom, whatever you want, just so you get moving is going to be the key thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you want to just hold your broom and make sure that you have your arms straight the whole time. Bring it up, keep it straight, bring it back as much as you can. If it's too much, you can also walk your hands out, go a little bit back, make sure that there's no pain, because this is really testing your range.
Again, if you have shoulder instability, watch this one right here. If you've dislocated before, because you'll feel a point where it doesn't feel stable, go to that point, but don't go past it. So you're just challenging a little bit and then stop yourself short of it. Okay?
You can go to the sides as well.
Yep. So good. So you can see again, scapulars are moving right here through the shoulder. It's great for your spine. Good multifunction movement right here. Absolutely. Okay.
And then you can start strengthening them.
Well, you need to do more than this. If you want, you can take and just even lean down like this from the rod, or grabbing a door or whatever it is. Or if you have a buddy that you can stretch with, people always like this one too. One of my favorites for the shoulder. I am going to take. Let's do this hand right here. You're going to turn your body this way. I'm going to turn my body that way, and she's going to bend down. Actually, bend forward. And this is a nice lat stretch. Like you can see it pull all the way from the side right here, right? When you do that type of an action. Okay, so now we want to strengthen. How are you going to make me stronger, Sherry? What can I do?
Well, we can just start with some simple Ys.
Okay. So you're going to Y up.
Yeah, and you want to push back when you do your Ys.
Oh yeah, and squeezing the rhomboids and everything.
Squeeze.
Okay.
And then you can do, what is this, a W? W.
Oh, yeah. Or a T. This would be a T right here. Or this could be a W, but whatever. So what are you going to do? So you can do wall slides too, like even something just sliding down, sliding up.
Wall angels,
Yeah, so you're leaning against a wall.
Them.
Okay, so Ys are up here. Then we can go to the side, bring ourselves back into a T, and then we can make this shape right here and pull ourselves back into a W.
You can do these laying down as well on the ground. It makes it a little bit more difficult because you're going against gravity.
You'd have to have good shoulder mobility for it. But even let's get you to do this. Let's have you stand. No, we're not even going to lay down. We're going to have you stand right here, just come a little bit closer, and then bend forward. And now do the same thing. So she does YTWs here, she's already working against gravity. So you can lay down for sure, but you have to have really good shoulder mobility. Yeah, excellent. So Ys are right there. Show us some Ts. She'll slap me in the face a couple of times here. A couple of those, and then show us some Ws. So same kind of movement right there. And with each change in the shoulder, you're actually working through different portions of the fibers of the muscles across your back. So it's good to challenge in multiple different directions. Okay, rotator cuff tears. What else can I do?
You can do your internal, external rotations.
Yeah.
You can do with resistance band. If you have weights too, light weights, we can be on the ground or on a bench.
Okay. Or if I have a soup can or I have a pot or a pan in my house, it's all that I need, right?
Yeah.
Simply just doing this, I've seen big bodybuilder patients who could barely do bench press recover their ability and stability of their shoulders by doing light weights. It doesn't have to be heavy. A lot of people think I got to do heavy weight. Nope. So this is going to get your external rotators of your shoulder, drop it to the other side, and now you're going to get your internal rotators. And just like we showed before, this is great because it shows eccentric loading, so you actually get a stretch at the end, and then concentric when you come back up. So you're actually stretching and strengthening at the same time. And again, light weights are key. But you can also do this with your bands too, right?
Yes.
You're a big band fan.
Yes,
so.
I am a band fan.
Yeah.
I am a band fan.
Okay.
Okay, so we want I guess this is up high. So you want your band to be
close to
more
shoulder
down,
height.
Let's see here. Do that. Okay.
Rapid solutions.
Yes.
On the job here. Okay. There we go. Perfect.
And then we're gonna do rotations. Yeah. Okay.
And so again, it's nice and controlled if you're watching her movements when she's doing them. Just simple actions. This band will cost you, all of $10. Go get it at a dollar store or Walmart or Amazon. They're really cheap.
You can also take your band, bring your band down.
We do this right off of here.
If you have your band not attached to anything though, you can do these ones.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, totally.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, and again, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of weight here. It doesn't require a lot of weight. It's how hard are you actually working. So if you do it slow and controlled, these are going to be great ways for you to start that.
Definitely have some shakes in here.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't look like you're doing much, but you are working pretty hard with it, so that's great. Okay, one of the ones that I like to do, especially with early shoulder injuries, one of the key ones I like to do is just simply have the person follow my own hand when we move. So what we're going to do is we go hand to hand like this. This is her injured shoulder, and all I do is say, hey, let's just see how you move like this. So we're exploring the range to begin with. You might even interlock fingers really quick just to see, because now I actually have the weight of her arm right here to move it around, and just little movements like that. As we get more aggressive, as she gets better and better with the actions, then I can start to push a little bit more. Or we can switch up to both hands, bilateral training, and we can start to do this. We can move through, and okay, now you're going to resist me, so I'm going to push you, and you just don't let me do it quite as much, but still let me win. And these movements right here can start to build strength. And again, if you feel like you're going to lose them, interlock. Okay, more resistance, fight it. Okay, and then you can get in there and you can really start to work through. And you can see this shaking that she's doing right here. That's really good range, really good focus. You can stretch them out, stretch them back in. Yeah, exactly. And then you can go for the grip. Just get their fingers, pull them up like this. Yeah, away you go, kind of thing. All right, of course I would never really do that, except for keeping it fun for sure. And then you have lots of other options that you can pick, just lateral raises with weights if you want, shoulder press if you want, all of that's available.
You can do push-ups
okay.
against
so
the bench or your chair.
Yeah, totally. In fact, why don't we just a quick demo of that? Because a push-up actually is a really good shoulder exercise, and it could be against a counter or a table or anything like this. And you can see she's just going from her knees, but that's all you need is to start to initiate that action. Even going off of a wall, that's going to be a big win right there. There's good research that supports your ability to do push-ups is correlated with your overall health and risk of heart attack. There was a great study on, I think, over 1,000 firefighters where they saw if they could do more than 20 push-ups, their risk of having a heart attack was substantially lower in the next 5 years. So just kind of an interesting stat to toss out there. You would never think that shoulder fitness is related to your heart performance, but absolutely it is. So kind of neat to see. Okay, anything else you want to add to it?
I think I'm good.
I think we're good too. All right. Okay, so hopefully you'll see us in another video. Hopefully you found this useful, and we'll thank you very much for your time. Toodles. Bye. Okay, why did I say toodles? Because I always say toodles.
Why did I say toodles?
Yeah.